Hello everyone, this is Splinty. We're starting a new game today. This is Trauma Center Under the Knife 2 for the Nintendo DS. This is actually my favorite game in the Trauma Center series. It's for those who aren't already aware, this is the sequel to Second Opinion and Under the Knife, taking place 3 years afterwards. Let's see. The Republic of Costigar, Africa. The internal warfare plaguing the people of this country for over a decade has finally come to an end. However, they continue to struggle with attacks by guerrilla militants, landmines, and refugees en masse. Still, the country is still walking down the path toward peace. Other countries have begun sending aid to Costigar, helping to establish medical institutions, but the number of doctors needed to staff those facilities have been hopelessly insufficient. Now, a doctor named Derek Stiles has come to Zakara, one of Costigar's many refugee camps, to provide medical care for those in need. In these harsh lands that are ill-equipped for providing medical care, Derek spends every day pouring his heart into saving those suffering from diseases. Like this, for example. Chapter 1, Doctor in a Foreign Land. The map is on the bottom screen, dialogue's on the top screen. Map's on the touch screen. Episode 1, Refugee Camp. And yes, I am playing this on a 3DS, as if you can tell from the stylus. Anyways, Doctor, his vitals are dropping. They're in the red. Angie, he'll be alright. I'm going to continue as is. Derek Stiles, age 29, a surgical prodigy who travels around the world helping patients. His employer is in the international organization Caduceus that researches and fights epidemics. We need to stop the bleeding. Hand me the forceps. Yes, doctor. Angie Thompson, age 24, an elite nurse with an international nursing license. She stands on the front line of medical care as Derek's trusted partner. Scissors. Right away. Alright, the damaged areas are treated. The vitals have recovered as well. Let's close them up. Dr. Stiles, we're still operating. Please stay outside. I'm sorry, but we just received word on an emergency patient. What? The Army's patrol unit found a man collapsed in a swamp. It seems that he was attacked by a wild animal and he's in critical condition. What should we do, Doctor? We're not done with this procedure yet. What about the new doctor who is supposed to start today? He hasn't arrived yet. His bus must be running late. Alright. Angie, I'm counting on you to get the emergency patient brought in. I'll finish up here by myself.
Understood.
Understood, Doctor. Miss Thompson, please follow me. So yeah, now we're in Africa trying to help these people. It's pretty awesome. So this is Camp Sakara. I heard rumors about this place, but talk about unsettling. I wonder where the clinic is. Freeze! Stop right there or we'll shoot! We have orders to detain anyone who looks suspicious. No, I'm not a refugee. Please don't shoot. My name is Adil Tuoba. I'm going to be working here as a doctor, and today is my first day. Here's my identification. Adil Tuoba, age 25, a young surgeon from Costigar who has just finished his medical training. To turn to restore his country, he has been assigned to Sakara's medical ward. Hand it over. Good. Looks like you're a doctor, alright. Welcome aboard. Are you from the Raza tribe by any chance? Yes. I'm looking for the clinic. Oh, it's right over. Ah, good timing. Here comes an American nurse.
Please, hurry!
We've got an emergency. There's an inbound patient who needs immediate attention. He's being transported right now. I need anyone who can assist. Looks like you'll be hitting the ground running, Doctor. The patient is suffering from multiple wounds and is bleeding profusely. Dr. Stiles, are you ready to begin treatment? Stiles?
Yeah.
Yes, the room's available. We'll begin immediately, Angie. Our supplies are limited, but we're going to have to make do. Doctor, I can help. My name is Adil, and I'm a new surgeon. I'm a surgeon here. Great timing, but we'll introduce ourselves after this is over. As you can see, we don't have the proper equipment in this place. I'll need you to support me. Yes, sir. I'll get changed right away. The patient has arrived. Alright, let's begin the operation. Alright, here we go. Briefing. It shows the patient's charts on the touch screen there. It's pretty nice. Let's begin our briefing. Our patient is a 28-year-old Caucasian male suffering from external injuries to his left calf. He's been identified as a member of a criminal organization that poaches rhinoceroses. Apparently, he was attacked by a crocodile when he was walking through a river. I guess what goes around comes around, huh? I don't have any sympathy for him either, Doctor. That may be, but our obligation is to give every patient what they need regardless. He's got some large lacerations, and it looks like there's some fractures too. Do you see anything else, Adil? Well, he's bleeding profusely from the area where he was bitten. And the way the bone is broken, Maybe there's a foreign object inside the wound.
Understood.
You think so? We'll have to keep that in mind as we operate. Allow me to explain the objectives to this operation. They are to arrest the bleeding and suture the external wounds and reform their fractured bone. That's it. Remember, Doctor, we have to do our best.
Let's begin the operation.
Time to operate.
Let's begin the operation.
Yeah, this shows Angie on the top screen with your score and your time. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge because I have no ability to emulate this game, sadly.
The sutures are ready.
I know this would be a lot easier for everybody to view, as well as...
Down.
Man, that is not a good way to start this operation.
Please inject the medication.
But anyways, this first mission here is like your basic, it's kind of like your tutorial level. It teaches you how to use all the tools and how to open somebody up and that sort of thing. I gotta be extremely careful. There we go. I'm playing from a kind of awkward angle right now for this, so you're going to pardon me.
Look!
Okay. This is
Use the forceps.
this looks rather familiar. We take our 4 steps here.
Use the antibiotic gel.
Yoo-hoo. There we go. That doesn't look like a bone, or at least not a human bone. That's just weird.
Doctor,
Come on. I'll pull that one out later. Yeah, that's definitely not a human bone. That's...
well, that's done.
Okay, then it shows that Adil realizes that those smaller fragments that we picked up are actually crocodile teeth.
Use the forceps.
Now we need to reposition this bone here. Oops. There we go.
Use the forceps.
And then we put the other bone fragments back into place. There. There. Oops. Oh, jeez. That's right. Yes. Yes, and last one.
Use the antibiotic gel.
Then we fix the bone fragments.
Well, that's
Amazing!
the sutures are ready.
Alright, I haven't played this game in a while, so I know the
Antibiotic gel.
like the suture mechanics are definitely a lot different than they are under the knife, because...
Operation complete.
Anyways, this is it. It's that's our first, I guess you could say that's like our tutorial level anyways. But, anyways, now we get scored like we usually do. Get an A rank on the first try. That's pretty good, I guess. Back to the story.
Amazing!
Wow, I'm shocked. You're incredibly precise in your speed. It was simply amazing. I've never seen an operation like that, Dr. Stiles. It was nothing special, just the result of years of practice. And your advice was very helpful, too. Still, compared to anyone I knew back in med school, your abilities are far superior. But why would someone like you be in a place like this? It shouldn't surprise you to find doctors where there are patients, should it? Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Derek Stiles. As of today, I'm going to be your mentor. Nice to meet you, Adil. Huh? You're going to be my...
Let's do our best.
I'm Angie Thompson, his surgical assistant. Nice to meet you. We're looking forward to being able to handle these kind of operations soon. Oh, yes, I'll do my best. And that is the start of our story. So that is episode 1 clear, and now we move on to episode 2, which is a bunch of story. Okay, let's start it. Episode 2, Master Surgeon. 3 years ago, the medical terrorist organization Delphi created a lethal disease they named guilt. They used this infectious disease in an attempt to plummet the world into crisis. However, a specialized medical organization, Caduceus, was called into action. Created to challenge unknown or intractable diseases, Caduceus halted the terrorist scheme. And at the heart of their team stood a doctor who carried the fight against guilt to the end, Derek Stiles.
Dr. Stiles!
I still can't believe it. You two are the legendary duo who defeated guilt? I never should have spoken to you so casually earlier. Legendary is pushing it just a little. And we never could have eradicated guilt without the help of our colleagues either. A deal, don't flatter Dr. Stiles too much. A doctor should never lose his cool, but he has a tendency to get swept up in the moment.
No.
You think so? Anyway, what brings you two to this country, or this camp? We're on a mission to treat any obscure and intractable diseases that we can find around the world. You've heard about the new infectious disease that's emerged here, right? Yes, Kostigar is constantly fighting against Novice. I hear this particular disease causes severe tissue scarring and is often fatal. Our top priority here is to treat and report back on this mysterious disease. But fortunately or unfortunately, we haven't encountered anyone who shows any symptoms of it. That's why we're participating in medical volunteer work here in Zakara. I don't think we'd be expected to take on an apprentice, but since we're woefully understaffed, we're lucky to have you. I'm very honored. I'll do my best to keep up.
Hey there!
Is it true we've got a new doctor? Ah, hello, Sylvia. Good morning, Angie. Ah, this must be him. Everyone's been talking about you. You sure are quick when it comes to gossip, Sylvia. But you're right, this is him. He'll be working with us from now on. Well, nice to meet you. My name is Adil Tulba. I'm Sylvia Warrenberg. Nice to meet you, too. I work as a counselor here. Counselor? The people here require treatment for mental conditions as well as physical ones. The unrest has mentally exhausted many of them, adults and children alike. Are you a native of this country? Can you speak Kostigate? Yes, I can. Great, you'll be able to help us with interpreting then. Our interpreter is going on vacation soon, so I was wondering what we do while he's gone. I don't know about that. There's a mountain of work to be done. Aw, don't be stingy, Dr. Stiles. I hope we can help in your spare time, Dr. Tulba. I'll be happy to counsel you in return. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Is she from America too?
Yeah.
Yes. She likes to come to the clinic without any reason sometimes, but she's very helpful in general. She can also be a little coercive, but don't mind her. I see. This camp seems to be receiving aid from lots of different people. But what's most important is for people like you to eventually be able to hold your own. Yes, I agree. I hope I can quickly live up to those expectations. To get you started on that, why don't you take care of these? This is your share. Huh? Are these all charts? There's so many of them. Yep, he's gonna fit in just nicely. Let's move on. Episode 3, Novice Mistake. So, how's it look, Doctor? Well, seems like it's just a typical case of food poisoning. Really? My stomach's been hurting for a really long time now. Your immune system is probably weak at the moment, but I don't think there'll be any complications. I'll write you a prescription for it, and we'll see how you do for the next 2 or 3 days. Also, don't eat anything else for today, and make sure you go gentle on your stomach tomorrow, too. I understand. Thank you very much. Take care. That was my 20th patient. This place is even more hectic than I thought. Well, on to the next one. What the heck was that? Sorry, I thought I saw something. Ah, Miss Thompson, is the operation over? Yes. Dr. Tulba, can I ask you what the results were for that patient that just left? Huh? My last patient? It was just food poisoning, and enteritis, for to be exact. Nothing to be out of the ordinary. I see. Why, is something wrong? No, it's just that he's been in before complaining about stomach pains. The previous doctor examined him, though. Yeah, I saw his chart. It seems he was suffering from enteritis that time, too. I see. Still, it might be a good idea to perform a thorough examination on him next time. I don't think that'll be necessary. Zari's conditions are still unsanitary, so diarrhea and stomach pains are fairly common, and we don't have the equipment to perform detailed examination like we could at a hospital. That may be true, but it would really be a hassle. Anyway, I should bring in the next patient. I've already seen 20 today, and that's probably just the tip of the iceberg. If you'll excuse me, Miss Thompson. Something's not right here. Dr. Tulba, please wake up. We have an emergency patient. But it's the middle of the night. He's a patient you saw this afternoon, Doctor. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Where's the patient?
Dr. Tulba!
I drove him here. I responded immediately to the radio call, but he's in a lot of pain. Dr. Stiles? I've transferred the patient with the acute abdomen into the examination room. What? Don't tell me. It wasn't just food poisoning? We don't know for sure yet, but there is a possibility it's a gastrointestinal stromal tumor. Gist? That can't be. Did you check out the patient's charts carefully? It's showing the same symptoms as before, but it says there was blood in his discharge this time. No, I thought it was just diarrhea. I'm sorry, I was so busy that I must have overlooked it. The onset frequency of gist is low and it's hard to detect with a thorough examination, but still.
Dr. Stiles!
Dr. Stiles, the test results are in. Numerous tumors detected in the small intestine. I believe that's gist. As I suspected. Then that means I misdiagnosed him? That can't be. What are you waiting for, Deal? Huh? We know the patient's condition. Shouldn't you be getting ready to operate? But I made a terrible mistake. I overlooked the cause of my patient's illness. I can't do it. I can't operate like this.
No.
You've got to pull yourself together. He's your patient, isn't he? If you're a real doctor, then take responsibility for your patients no matter what. But I don't have the skills to succeed with an operation of this magnitude.
Dr. Tulba!
Dr. Tulba, try to think about what you do as a doctor. What do you think about that? That is, you're supposed to save patients and gain experience too. I'll perform the operation. Rather than sulking, why don't you help me out? If you run away from this, you'll never be able to call yourself a doctor again.
Dr. Stiles.
Understood. I'll prep for the operation. So, tumors. Yep. Love them. Let's begin the operation's briefing. You'll be extracting tumors located inside the patient's small intestine. These tumors are not large, but hemorrhaging has been detected, so we have to act fast. You'll need to excise them before they get any larger. You should also know that when you treat a tumor, smaller tumors will form around it. I'll let you decide which to treat first, Doctor. You heard her, Adil. There are two main objectives in this operation. Excise and extract the tumors in the small intestine and treat the small tumors that form. And that's it. We'll be using the palate procedure to extract the tumors. Have you heard of it? Yes, we have to drain the tumor's cytoplasm to decrease its volume before we extract it, am I right? Exactly. Pay close attention to the procedure. You'll be doing this too, sooner or later.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this.
Alright, patient's life is in our hands once again.
Let's begin the operation.
Sorry, but this I can't freaking... There we go. This ought to do.
Use the antibiotic gel.
Of course, my hand's gonna be covering up the area I'm working on, but not much I can do about that.
Wait.
The size of the small tumors that are visible makes them more difficult to excise.
Use the laser.
Laser.
Doctor, listen.
And the game's just telling you to be careful with laser, otherwise this will happen, and you gotta drain the blood.
Use the antibiotic gel.
I love how the drain is so much better in this game. And under the knife, it's just annoying, really.
Look. Use the scalpel.
Alright, that's our ultrasound. We use that to pick up any tumors. We have to use the palate procedure now. So, yeah, as we said before, we have to drain the cytoplasm, then we have to quickly cut it open, cut it out, and then pull it out.
Very not. Use the forceps.
Apply a bandage,
Use the antibiotic
and then antibiotic gel.
Yes. That's done. Wait. Use the ultrasound. Use the scalpel.
There are two this time.
Use the scalpel. Use the forceps.
Come on, there we go.
Look.
They're the small tumors.
Use the antibiotic gel.
There's another one. Yep. It's kind of hard to pay attention to what's being recorded and what's going on inside the patient's body as I'm recording, so really sorry about this. I'm trying to make future episodes of this even better, so.
Well, that's done.
Anyway, the treatment is complete and we are done. Good enough, I guess, suppose.
Use the antibiotic gel.
Awesome.
Great work.
And then Adil still feels terrible about what he did, about the mistake he made. So we'll have to see how he feels after the operation and how in the world we can help him. Okay, another A rank. Yay. Dr. Stiles, Miss Thompson, I'm very sorry. I shouldn't have troubled the two of you with a mistake like this. Adil, why did you become a doctor? Huh? Ever since I was a child, this country's been at war. I've always had people around me that are suffering from diseases and injuries. My father and mother, brothers, even my friends. I wanted to save everyone from that kind of pain. I became a doctor because I wanted to help rebuild this country. I see. Adil, doctors are human too. There are times when we make mistakes. I made a mistake just like this in the past, and Angie got very angry with me. She even questioned my ability to be a doctor. A doctor's work is so rigorous, we tend to forget the caution we need to have with our patients, when in reality, that's the most important part of what we do. I guess being too busy is no excuse, huh?
Yeah.
Doctors need to have skills, but patience and compassion are equally important. Today was your day to learn that. Adil, don't forget the reason you became a doctor.
Got it.
Yes, Dr. Stiles. Thank you, Sylvia. That was some great counseling earlier. It would have been a shame to lose such a promising doctor. I just did what I could. Well, that's awesome. Okay, next time we'll tackle episode 4. So, this has been Sploony, and we'll see you all next time on Under the Knife 2. Hope you enjoy.